I've managed over the years to find threads of family going back to medieval nobility. Not everyone can accomplish this, though most Americans whose ancestors originally came from the UK are likely related in some way to a once noble family, because they had the means to survive and travel. One reason would be a lack of record keeping, another would be a loss of information. Finding records for anyone from the medieval period means they had social standing, money, power, or all three. Only the important people were worth keeping records of, though sometimes a person was mentioned as an aside in the records of important people rather than being important themselves. Sometimes being power or money adjacent was enough. Tracing family back to 17th century England and earlier runs into its fair share of natural disasters. In recent history, there was the Blitz, the bombing of London during World War II. This destroyed so much of the city that stating what remained is easier than noting what was destroyed. The bombs didn't spare churches, graveyards, or historical buildings. Many of these structures had been rebuilt after or even survived the Great Fire of 1666. A century before that was a destruction of monasteries and churches by Henry VIII, starting the wars between Protestantism and Catholicism that still mar parts of the UK today. Many of the churches where our ancestors are buried or had memorials are no longer there. In my own tree, I know of at least 2 burials that are now under shopping complexes. The plague was blamed for a lot of deaths in the medieval period, and many diseases and disorders were attributed to it, but the actual Black Death did ravage England in the 14th century, and continued throughout Europe into the 18th century. The sheer number of deaths created a vacuum among the middle class, allowing the lower classes to buy their way in simply by claiming the land they worked, and no longer had a master. One benefit of this was that that person then gained a foothold as an important person and elevated their family.